Wow, would you look at this old tree? We call these sycamores in California, which over in the UK, the sycamore is a maple tree, and I understand that, but for some reason we still call them sycamores. You call them plane trees over there. We don't really refer to them as plane trees. But Platanus racemosa is this tree. It's the native plane tree. And the London plane tree is the Platanus acerfolia, and that's typically the one that is planted. And then there's a lot of cultivars of the London plane tree. Now this old tree right here is kind of interesting. It's really in rough shape, and you can see up there, you can see right through it. Look at that. You can see sky right through this thing. And it'd be really easy to look at this tree and say, let's condemn it, let's cut it down, it's a problem, somebody could get hurt. But the truth of the matter is, there's not a lot around here. I suppose it could fall on a car, maybe. Let's take a look at it. I just got here. I was driving by and I had to pull over and take a look at this. Oh my goodness, look at that. This thing is, let's see if there's any raccoons or anybody home. Hello? Look at that. Wow, it goes clear through over to the other side. Look at the size of that trunk. And it's still hanging in there. These old sycamores seem to hang in there, and almost all of them have big rot spots and big decay pockets, but they seem to survive. I honestly don't see a whole lot of them fall down. They lose limbs. Oh, look at that, I bet you that goes all the way through to the bottom. And look at the rot over on this branch. Oh, gee. Look at that. See all the way through. It's hollow all the way down. And there's some decay down over here. But like I said, because this is a sort of a no man's land type of a tree, nobody really puts a whole lot of effort into it. Now the neighbors over there, they've also got some old sycamores, and you can tell where somebody has made some topping cuts on this tree over here, and the long straight shoots over there tell me that somebody's gotten up on these trees and cut them back pretty hard too. Now those trees are more likely to fail because of the construction of the homes. These homes are built back in the 70s, so the trees have got about 35 or 40 years of construction impact, and they still seem to tolerate that, but ultimately the trees would likely go downhill as a result of all the loss of rooting zone. The same with those over there. They're out in the middle of a roadway. They seem to be hanging in there, but a good portion of the root system of these trees has been decimated for this road. In terms of trees that seem to be good for using as city street trees, the sycamore is a very common one because it's durable. It hangs in there. Or maybe some of you have heard of the circus trees that we've got up at one of the parks here over by Gilroy Gardens, and they were all transplanted. They're all grafted trees that make funny shapes, and some of them are ladders, some of them are built like chairs, some of them are woven together. But those are all sycamore trees because, wow, look at this. This blows my mind. Those circus trees, because somebody a long time ago recognized that it's the type of tree that you can abuse them and they seem to hang in there. They're tolerant of a lot of abuse. This one, we got a serious weight issue going on here. Ultimately, that's going to win out on this weakness. The whole thing's going to break off. Now that I see as a big liability. They should get some significant weight off of this because cars drive under it every day. Interesting tree. Platanus racemosa. Now from this perspective, nobody knows there's any problems. but I do, and you do too. Habitat, animal habitat, that's another issue. A lot of times these trees are homes to lots and lots of different animals because they're tall enough. A lot of the predatory birds, the birds of prey, the hawks, and the larger birds will nest up there. It goes one now. I saw a hawk just flew by. But you'll get squirrels and bats and all kinds of things that live in these habitat trees, which makes them important in a different aspect. So if you're asked to take care of one of these trees, don't just look at the weaknesses as something that needs to be resolved. Look at the weaknesses as homes for animals and wildlife as well. We try to make the branches safe enough so that they don't cause the tree to fall down.